honourable member for Morris.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Conservation is about to expend the equivalent of 1 ton of CO2 so he can personally attend the Paris Climate Change Summit. The NDP's failure on this file is well documented, including the headline, quote, NDP full of hot air on emission strategy, end quote, in this weekend's Winnipeg Sun. Sometimes, however, Mr. Speaker, solutions can be found closer to home. Why, in the city of Winnipeg, population 700,000, is there a single location in which you must personally attend to acquire a provincial Christmas tree cutting permit?
Honourable Minister of Conservation.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I do want to thank the member opposite for a question on climate change. That's truly an epiphany for members opposite, and I'm taking that as an indication that they actually believe in climate change. So, welcome to the third millennium, Mr. Speaker. On this side of the House, we have a firm commitment to address the global challenge of climate change. It's the greatest challenge of our times. I think all of us on this side of the House certainly feel that way anyways. And in very short order, we will be sending a delegation over to the COP21 Conference on Climate Change in Paris. We will be announcing our strategy shortly in this regard. It's something that is the primary responsibility.
Order, please. The honourable minister's time when this question has elapsed. The honourable member for Morris.
Mr. Speaker, the greatest challenge of our time is getting an answer from an NDP minister. Mr. Speaker, the NDP seems stuck in the 90s, both in terms of their rhetoric and in terms of technology. Can the minister explain why a family can buy movie tickets online through their smartphone with no paper and no GHG emissions, yet the equivalent service is not available to purchase a Christmas tree cutting permit from the province?
The honourable Minister of Conservation.
Well, of course, trees are a huge part of our strategy, Mr. Speaker, given the fact that they absorb carbon dioxide and in that way sequester it into the ground. So obviously, as a part of our overall strategy, increasing the number of trees planted and so forth across our parks. Something else that members opposite paid very little attention to in their time in office, whereas here, for example, we have a $100 million commitment to enhancing our parks over an 8-year period. Obviously, a sign of how this government cares about parks, about our environment, much like or unlike members opposite who had a very dismal record in that regard in their time in office. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Time for oral questions has expired.